everyone to turn up the volume.
Turn it up!
Don't need to change the channel, we got your favorite tracks right here.
Turn it up.
We are in the mix, this long Labor Day mix weekend.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry. I did that day, take me to the place I love, take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day, take me to the place I love, take me all the way.
I need your love, I need your time. When everything's wrong, you make it right. I feel so high, I can't.
Everybody get your hands up.
Me say boom boom boom, now everybody say well. Me say boom boom boom, now let me hear say well. Me say boom boom boom, now everybody say well. Boom boom boom, now let me hear say well. Me say boom boom boom, now everybody say well. Me say boom boom boom, now let me hear say well. Me say boom boom boom, now everybody say well.
Touch of your skin, blurring my vision, seeing the same film again. Closer you pull me, under the table, sign of how this might end. But if you don't want to hold me, maybe I could change your mind.
mic is on. Hey!
All I wanted was your reckless heart.
So, as before I continue, I do have a song. It's going to be coming on for the FYC team that's coming on later tonight, but I'm going to be playing it right now, so let's switch it up real quick.
I ain't worried about no man, I ain't worried about no broke man, I ain't worried about no man, I ain't worried about nobody. But my squad, nobody.
I ain't got no squad anymore.
But my
It's
squad,
just me, baby.
my squad, nobody. But my squad, nobody. But my
Make it
squad,
rain.
my squad,
Make it rain.
my squad.
Make it. Hey.
Yeah, my on. Made it to the money, put my on.
Hey.
Yeah, got him kissing door hookah in my living room. Yeah, they living that we dug it. Can't do. Tell me nada. Hey, yo squad with the rah-rah.
Hey.
Don't make us do it.
Hey.
No.
Hey.
Man, I ain't worried about no. Man,
Yo, Katrina, keep your mouth shut.
No broke. Man, I ain't worried about no.
Guys, Hurricane Katrina is a hater.
Nobody. But my
I
squad,
got
my squad, nobody.
Hey.
But my squad,
Let me put myself out. Let me put my fire out. Woo. God damn. Hit me. Hit me.
Yeah, these haters irate, but we laughing though. It's crazy, they thought we was irrational. For believing that we can make it happen though. We made it happen though.
Let me get a little bit more professional. I'm getting a little too sexy.
Fade after fade, we ain't gotta say who with it. Say high school, we ain't gotta know who did it. Just know that my team's strong. Yeah, my team is on. Yeah, have a weekend crew that lead you wrong. Just watch how they act when the heat is on. Man.
finals yesterday. That was on your Wednesday fight night. So we had Optic Gaming against EchoFox. It was a 7-6, 7-2 victory. 7-2 victory, pretty convincing for EchoFox. And then they gave it away on a 7-6 on the third map. Now, that's interesting to see. I'm glad to see EchoFox finally step their game up. And as we were talking, I also want to say that EchoFox actually played Optic Gaming in the Deluxe Haas tournament that's going on right now as well on streamy.com. And Optic actually lost this time 2-0 against EchoFox. So a day later, EchoFox goes ahead and 2-0s them and moves forward into the tournament of Deluxe's Haas tournament. Chris, whatever you guys want to call him. But that's what's happening right now. Later on today, we have the Journey of HHexes. Now, for everybody that doesn't know, HHexes is an amateur player in Gears of War. Now, Gears of War is the game that I used to play. I don't play it anymore, but I do talk about it, obviously. It's part of my show, and I try to keep up to date, and I try to keep you guys up to date every so often. So we're going to be talking to HHexes. He's one of the AM talent players, amateur talent players right now, and we're going to be talking about his journey, what he's done so far, what team he's currently on, what he's looking forward to going into Las Vegas, and hopefully some more. Then we have the FYC Esports team. Are they on the rise? Is it just a gimmick? Are we actually seeing the real deal right now? So tonight I'm going to be having FYC Bang You Out. I'm going to be having Traumasaur. And I'm also going to be having Bladework, the general manager of FYC, on here to talk to you guys. So there's going to be 4 of us on the screen. Pretty intense, I know. I thought about it. Pretty wild, but I like it. Then we have, lastly, I'm going to be talking about Optic Gaming Halo's team. Is Optic Halo no longer? What is the story behind it? I know everybody's kind of freaking out. Nobody really knows what's going on. Rumors are flying. Speculations are happening. Did Hex drop them? Is it all just a rumor? Did it really happen? That's what we're going to be talking about lastly on the show tonight. My eyes dry. Wow. So, yeah. So, back to topic number 1, guys. Esports Gears 2K wrap. There's always a 2K every Sunday for everybody that doesn't know. And this final 2K, Optic Gaming won. Now, Optic Gaming has not only won probably 7 of the last 8 events, but they've been consistent in regards to the 2K finishes that they've been having. Now, I really, really like this Optic Gaming squad, and I love the leadership that they have. They have multiple leaders on that team, but it's usually either Explosives or Kenny that take the in-game leadership, and then you see Kenny kind of take the outside of the game leadership. Now, this squad is unbeatable right now. They obviously just lost in a tournament, but it doesn't mean anything. There's no money on the line, and they just lost to EchoFox. But is Optic Gaming ever going to lose another event? That's something that I don't necessarily think is going to happen. I honestly think that Optic Gaming will never lose. And as I'm talking, Sickest Grunt, thank you for the follow. Guys, if you haven't yet, please go ahead and follow the stream. You will see your name pop up on the screen, which is pretty cool. And then you'll also see yourself at the bottom of the screen on recent followers. So I appreciate if you guys go ahead and make an account and do that. And make sure you're also active in the chat. If you guys have any questions, concerns, any questions in regards to the topics I'm talking about, or even questions for myself. But back to what I was saying, you have Kenny, who's the in-game leader for Optic Gaming, and I absolutely love what he's done for this squad. He brings the experience and he brings the maturity to the team that they need, and you obviously see it at these tournaments. Now, going into Las Vegas is coming up. We have that in April, the first week of April, and I'm extremely excited to see Optic Gaming win it again. Now, will it be interesting to see them lose? Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't want to see the first seeded team lose? That's always what it's about. We want to see the top dog be taken down by the little dog. Thank you, Shane. Now, sorry. I think Kenny is the leader. If not him, it has to be Explosives. But that's why I said both of them or one of them, whatever it is. You just see that Kenny's a little bit more vocal outside of the game. That's why I call Kenny the leader. You know, he does a lot of the interviews, he does a lot of the conversations with the other teams and so forth, so I consider that him being the leader. Now, going into Las Vegas, like I said, first weekend of April, I really, really see Optic Gaming taking this event. You know, there could be an upset. You could see Ghost Gaming coming out of nowhere. You could see EchoFox go ahead and attack Optic Gaming for that first place again. Or we may even see EU United come back. We never know. But then you also have other teams that are up on the rise. You have Rise Nation, no pun intended. Then you have Era Eternity. You have Domes' new team. You have a lot of talent out there, and it's really, really spread out. I don't necessarily know if that's a good thing, if that's going to help a lot of these teams. But we do see a big spread in rosters, and going forward, that either will be a good thing or a bad thing for every team going into it. But again, guys, that is it for the 2K talk. I know we've heard it a lot on Fight Night yesterday, and I don't want to bore you guys about it. But Optic Gaming goes ahead and takes it 2-1 against EchoFox and take the 2K crown once again. We will be having another 2K this coming Sunday, and I'll be talking about it on next week's episode on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So going forward, we're coming up with HHexes. So like I said, guys, HHexes is an amateur talent player. He's been doing really, really well. I've seen him on the rise. You know, I always see him on Twitter. I always see his name coming up. And that's what I like to see. I like to see the AM players get a little bit more of a spotlight. Because it's not all about the pro players. Obviously, we know all the pro players. We know the teams. We know what they bring to the table. We see their placings at the end of the weekends, you know, when it comes to an event. But it comes down to the AM players because everyone starts from the bottom. All these pro players were once at the bottom, and now they're at the top. And you just never know who's going to be that first guy or who's going to be that first team that ends up breaking into it, especially this event. You know, anything could happen. And my guests that I'm having after HHexes are also a team that could possibly do that, and I would love to see that, but that'll come in later in the show. So I'm going to be bringing on HHexes here, guys. I'm hoping he's ready. Most of the time I do well with my guests in regards to them being ready, but we'll go ahead and we'll check if he's here. I'm going to go ahead and call him, and we'll talk to HHexes. Like I said, guys, if anybody has any questions for HHexes, for myself, or just questions that you want me to ask in general throughout the show, just please always put it in the chat or even hit me up on Twitter at NJCUBANO. Very easy to find me.
Hello?
What's up, X's?
What's goody, my guy?
What's happening?
I include my face in this joint, right?
Yeah, we always like the camera. Everybody likes to see.
Yeah, I'm on here.
There
you see me?
Yeah, I see you. You're good. All right, guys, so this is HHexes. Like I said, this is one of the top AM players that we have currently in the Gears of War community. He's been doing his thing. I've been seeing his name pop up on Twitter, which is always a good thing. Obviously, it all has to be positive vibes. And I see you're probably playing right now, which is awesome. But HHexes, give us a little bit about yourself. Give us your name, your current team, and your current situation.
My name is Damir Martin, and my current team is Aspire Gaming, which is me, Rep Solid, Flash Blast, and Actives. And basically, I just got into Gears of War. Like, my first event was Vegas, and I literally learned how to play the game a week and a half before Vegas. So, like, I'm new to the scene, but I've been coming up.
Very cool. All right. So, yeah, I didn't even know that about Vegas. That's pretty interesting. So, being that you're on that subject, we'll stick with that. Going into Vegas, what were your expectations? You know, your first event, you didn't really play the game that much. What did you think going into it?
Well, to be honest, coming into the event, I was just thinking about, like, I didn't know about Gears at all. Like, my friend, his name was Cryptix, and he literally was like, yo, get into the game with me. And it was like showing me call outs and stuff. So I really didn't expect much because it was like a pickup team. But I came in like I felt like the man there. We played, I thought was the top team. It was Royal Flush. And we played them. It was like a close game. Like it was 7-5, 7-5. And it was like close. And it was just a great experience. And I lost to Fire and Nights. And that just made me hungry. And I was like, yo, I want to be like these top teams because I saw the praise that they was getting. And that's how I got into the game. And that was my first experience. I didn't expect much, but it was like made me more hungry after like just tasting victory, like just tasting a little bit of victory. I got 3 wins at Vegas, and that was a lot for me.
Yeah, I was going to say that's quite impressive, getting 3 wins at your first event. Now, Vegas, the actual venue, what did you think about that?
Well, for that being my first event, I thought, like, because I used to see, like, things of Haifa Station. I think that's what it's called, like, back in the day. And, like, it was, like, little rooms. So that's what I was expecting. But then when I went to Vegas, the venue was, like, it was beautiful. That just made me know that gaming was, like, a lot more because I play football, and I didn't know about gaming. I thought, like, it was just a little, like, joke. I didn't really know about esports. But after going to Vegas, that really, like, just turned my eyes. It's really, like, a real sport. It's football with praise and everything. It's so much to it. So it was beautiful. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'll be honest. I'm so serious. That was like, it was beautiful. It opened me up.
Now, are you looking forward to the Vegas that's coming up? I know it's probably going to be at the same venue. So are you excited for that?
The Vegas that's coming up, yeah, I can't wait for this one. Like you about to see a show. I can't wait for this one. It's going to be a lot of static.
That's what I want to see. I want to see some excitement. I want to see like some big teams coming up from, open bracket, going into pool play, hopefully taking down one of the top teams. That's what I want to see. Now, in preparation for the event, what have you guys been doing? Tell us a little bit about your schedule and what you guys have, been doing to prepare for this event.
So basically, we play 7-on-11 almost every day except for weekends. We do a lot of film practice. Like on Wednesdays and Fridays, we take off. We play, but we take off at the 7 o'clock and we do film and just go over maps for them 2 hours. So basically, we just grind a lot and just get a lot of little top scrims as we can and just grinding and wait for a point and just do everything on Sunday. So that's waiting for Vegas. 5 more weeks, I believe.
Yeah, we're almost there. I mean, we're right around the corner. Right now, technically, would be a month from the event. Now, going into it, I know you have a pretty experienced team, Blast, Rep Solid, all those guys. What do you guys think that you guys need to do personally to stand out when it comes to, maybe even getting into pool play and playing these top teams? To be honest, I got us going to pool play too. And I just feel like the only thing we need to really work on is just being ourselves and playing. If we all 5 shooting straight, we're a hard team to beat. Like slaying-wise, our team got some of the best slayers in the game, honestly. Our only problem is like rotations and our energy. If our energy is down, we're going to lose. As long as we keep our energy and we're all 5 shooting straight, I don't think nobody in the game really can stop us, to be honest. No, and that's the way you want to be. You want to be as confident and you want to be positive in regards to yourself, your personal skill, and your team skill. Now, we have a question from the chat. Shane Mix-a-Lot. He said, who do you think will be the next AM player to have pro potential? The next AM player to have pro. That's not already like in the little top, how you say top AM. Top AM tier or whatever. Yeah. I mean, so we could add that. It doesn't really matter. Just anybody really. To be honest, if we not, like everybody already talked about Empowers, but we're not talking about Empowers. To me, the best amateur player, and he's at Naiva, is Blast. Blast is the best player I've ever ran into. Blast is like, not just be saying it because he's my teammate. He's really like the most talented player I've ever played with. He can be a top 5 player like in the game. I really believe that. Yeah, no, I like Blast. I think Blast is really underrated, and he kind of just needs the opportunity to stand out. And that's a good choice. Obviously, he's your teammate, but you could always pick your teammates. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Now we have Leapside has another question. He said, "Why did he choose Actives as his best teammate in these Twitter polls?" Why did I choose Actives as my best teammate? Actives, he's the most composed and funny. Like a lot of people don't know Actives. Actives under the scene is like one of the funniest teammates I've ever been with, and he never gets mad. He just, how you have teammates with different characteristics. Like Actives, he never gets mad. Like he's always just funny and chill. He's that teammate. He makes you laugh. If you're going through something, he's there for you, and that's a real teammate. You can never ask for more. So he's the whole package, is what you're trying to say. He's the whole package. He's not just in-game skill. He's got the personality. He's a real friend. He's a real friend. Well, there you go. I hope that answers your question, Leap, in regard. And I have played with Actives, which is funny. I've played with Actives at a couple of locals here at the Microsoft stores in New Jersey, right? Yeah, and he's played really well. Like you said, he's very, very composed. And sometimes I would ask him if he's there because he just wouldn't talk, but he'd go ahead and make a big play. Yeah, so he makes up for it. It's okay. I would be mad if he stayed quiet and didn't really do much. That would annoy me. But he actually was tearing it up the last time I played with him. So I can see why you said that, and it's true. You want that whole thing in a teammate. You want them to be funny. You want them to have personality. You want you want to be able to enjoy gaming with them. Because if you don't, then it's just a job, and he ends up becoming a coworker. And not a lot of people really like their coworkers. You want him to be a teammate. Facts. You want him to be a friend. So I understand that. That's pretty good. Now, I know Flash is in the chat. Flash, if you have a question for your teammate, I will ask it live. And that's what I want. I like it to be interesting, and I like the question that we got from Leap, and Shane makes a lot. But Hexes, right now, I see that you're focused. Are you playing a game, or what are you doing right now? We just got out of scrim, and we're about to get into another scrim soon. That's dedication right there, guys. That's why I asked the question. The guy is live on a show and then he's also waiting to get into another scrim. That's why I asked. A lot of people have been texting me, what is this guy doing? Because they're not really too sure, they don't really know what's going on, but he's actually waiting to play a game, guys, and that's what he's doing. He has his headset on, he has his actual headset to hear me talking. So I appreciate that you come on here. A lot of times I get excuses from different players saying, no, I can't do it, I'm scrimming, which I'm happy that you came on and that you're here. And I'm still waiting for a question from Flash, but I'm not getting anything. Now, after Las Vegas, Hexes, depending on how you guys do, are you guys going to stick together? Are you going to be that team that sticks together, or are you guys going to break up? I know this is hypothetical and it's hard to really say, but what would you want to do as a teammate?
Well, honestly, I'm not leaving my guys. Like, we just going to get better. And we can't leave technically, too, because our contracts, we have that org that makes sure we stay together. So we're basically stuck together for a while. So we can't go nowhere anyway.
Which is a good thing. I actually like that. I want that to be the case. I don't like when the teams go ahead and, break up after one event. They don't necessarily do the best job, and they get upset at each other, and this guy goes here, and that one leaves here, and then you're all teamless, and then you're all back to square one. So Flash had a very soft question. He said, what made you come to Gears of War? I don't think he heard the last time Shane Mix-a-Lot, so we're going to go ahead and ask him again. Hexes, what made you come to Gears of War?
What made me come into Gears of War? Like,
Correct.
not with me. All right. So basically, when I was younger, like, I always been in a sport. So when I was younger, my dad used to play Gears of War. Like, his name was Talented Mr. Bigley. And I didn't really I didn't really know about the game. So I used to just like sneak on at late nights and play his game. And I ran into HHexes. HHexes on, I played in Gears 3, but not really. I was like a rank kid, just random. Like, once in a while I play. And HHexes was my twin. And like, he taught me some stuff. And basically, Gears 4, I miss you, Gears 4, I was a ranked kid too. I didn't really do anything. I barely played the game. I met Cryptix, and that's when Cryptix was like, yo, bro, you should try like playing competitively. And I'm like, what you mean? And he was like, yo, you can really make money in this game. It's really fun. Like, and I was like, explain. He was like, listen, just work with me. And we start scrimming. Then the week he said, yo, it's a tournament. I'm going to pay for you. I got you. Everything's on me. And I said, hey, free trip. I went to the tournament after Vegas. That's just, I'm in the game now. I'm really like competitively playing now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame you for that. I mean, that's a great opportunity that you took, and you did it. And now, obviously, you're here. Now you're going to be going back to Vegas for the second time the year after, which is pretty interesting and pretty awesome. And again, with a very experienced team. And I would love to see you guys do your thing out there. But Hexes, I think that is it for the night. I know you guys are busy. Oh, wait. Before I let you go, Flash had an awesome question.
Oh, man.
What do you think we're going to place at Vegas? I like how he's asking his teammate. This is great. So answer that before I let you go. What are you guys going to place at Las Vegas?
Honestly, we're all shooting straight, minimum top 8. We're all shooting straight. Energy's high. We're going to place top 8. I promise you. Really promise that, and I really mean it. Not no jokes or anything. We're all shooting straight, and we all play how we play. Yes, we're gonna place top 8.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Again, like I said, you got to be confident. You got to be confident in yourself. You got to be confident in your team. Now, another teammate, Rep Solid, said, "What makes a team?" These guys are hitting it with the heavy questions right now.
What makes a team?
What makes a team?
A team. And what makes a team? Basically, all 5 players got to be wanting to learn more. You got to put the pride to the side. You got to have 5 players on the same mission. If you don't have 5 players on the same mission and wanting to win, you don't have a team. You do have 5 players that want to shoot, that want to learn, that want to get better every day. When they hop on a game, not just playing for the money, just they're playing to actually win, to win a trophy. Y'all unstoppable. As long as you got 5 people with hearts, y'all gonna win. Just like football, your whole team got a heart. Y'all always can make it far.
I agree with that, and I'm hoping your teammates can agree with that, and they like that answer from you. But Blast did say, number 1, no top 8.
Well, yeah. Well, like realistically, we want to go to win. But like, if you want to be like, you want me to keep it 100, we want to go to win. But if we all 5 shooting, we can win. We need better. We need more time. We still developing. But right now, like us playing right now, if we had to go to Vegas today and play right now as our current team, and we're all shooting straight, I say top 8. That's what I mean, Blast.
Yeah, there you go. You're clearing yourself up. Completely understandable. Rep Solid went ahead and said loyalty and respect, which are both good. You do want to have respect for each other as well in general. And you also want loyalty to each other teammates. You obviously don't want to get on one day, scrim as a team, and then the next day somebody's gone or the whole team's gone and leaves you out and dry. So I understand that, and I agree with that. Blast went ahead and said I like that when you obviously corrected what you said. But yeah, that's it, Hexes. I'm gonna let you go so you guys can enjoy your scrim. I know you.
All right,
guys are very busy.
one last thing.
Go ahead. Do your thing.
I just want to say, man, shout out to my team. I just want to say shout out to all the AM teams out there that's really like this, taking this step and causing these upsets. Us, FYC especially, like we breaking it through these barriers. My boy Vo 88, just everybody. Shout out to them, man. We gonna keep grinding. That's it.
That's it. Spoken like a true champ. And Hexes, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you, and good luck at Vegas. Thank you for the whole squad coming in here and asking my man Hexy some questions. Maybe I could get you, the rest of your teammates, on here eventually, maybe before the event, maybe after the event, after you guys place top 8. I would love to. But again, Hexys, thank you, and tell the squad I said hello.
Got you. Anytime.
Later, brother. Alrighty. So, up next, we have the FYC squad. So FYC, you guys are in the chat. I know that. We have Blade Work coming on, which is the general manager of FYC Esports. We have the owner himself, aka my son, Bang You Out, one of the biggest Gears gamers I've ever met in my life. I still son him though. That's my son. And he's going to be coming on. And then lastly, we're going to have the Anchor, one of the top home players in Gears of War. Obviously not better than me when I played Anchor. He was not better than me, but Trauma is up there. So we're going to have Traumasaur in here. So we're going to have 3 members. He's your father. No. Bladework said it. No, he wasn't ready. Yes, I am Bang You Out's father, for everybody that doesn't know. He is older than me by a decent amount, but I still am his father. I still sunned him, and I still made him mine. So we're going to be bringing them up. So Bang You Out, Bladework, Traumasaur, they're coming up. But without further ado, before we bring them in here, I'm going to have to play an intro song for them. I'm going to have to. Like I said, I did this earlier, but I'm going to have to bring it because the squad is coming in here.
Man, I ain't worried about nothing. Man, I ain't worried about nobody. But my squad.
FYC.
Nobody. But my squad.
Hey.
Diamond Lane, yeah, these haters I hate, but we laughing though. It's crazy, they thought we was rational for believing that we can make it happen though. We made it happen though, yeah. TPT, we been at it since beginning. Fade after fade, we ain't gotta say who with it. Say high school, we ain't gotta know did it. Just know that my team's strong, yeah. My team is on, yeah. Have a weekend crew that lead you wrong.
Hey.
I try to act when the heat is on.
You don't know about that.
Man, I ain't worried about no. Man, I ain't worried about no, bro. Man, I ain't worried about no.
Born and raised in Jersey City, baby. I know all about it.
Nobody. But my squad. Nobody. But my squad. Nobody.
Hey. All right, enough being ratchet. Sorry about that. Woo! That just came out. So, yeah, without further ado, guys, let me go ahead and call FYC in here, the big boy squad. I love them. I love all of them, honestly. These are my guys. Let me go ahead and start calling them in here. Add people to this call. Yeah. Oh, there's my daughter. Hey. What's up, baby? They can't see you yet. Hold on, I'm trying to get everybody in here before I post up the video. They don't want to see that OG.
Man, not today.
Yeah, I'm trying. What up?
What's up, man?
Alright, there we go. Alright, now I finally got you all called in. Oh, that's not it. Chill.
1 second here. Let me see this. Where's Trauma at?
I called him, but I'm waiting for that rookie.
Get it?
Yo.
This is-
Hey, that's the squad.
Yeah.
Woo! There it is. And we
I
about to
fucking get my camera in here, bro. I have a webcam too, but I don't know.
we about to make it real sexy on the screen. Hey.
You slacking, Ken?
Yeah, he's
I'm
slacking. He's not about that life. Alright, we made this mad FYC on the screen. There it is.
Really going crazy with that.
Bang said it's over. The shades are on. You already know, baby.
Jeez, goes on.
This is not crazy right now. 1 second. Let me turn off this. Oh, it's probably because my stream's on too. 1 second. Let me turn this off.
This man is a slacker.
What are you doing, Ken?
No, I'm slipping up, guys. Sorry.
This man's whose man's is this?
No, I don't claim him. I don't claim Ken. I
I don't-
Crazy.
don't claim him.
There's no way this is real. We don't claim him.
Nah, who is this? New phone, who this?
Yo, we about to get rid of him. Where's the Atomic? Let's get Atomic
Yeah.
in here.
He gotta go.
He gotta go. Oh, there's no way.
Give
Yo,
me a
is
second,
Atomic on actually? I'm about to get Drake in here.
alright? Get Drake in here, man.
Yo, get Drake in here actually. That has to happen.
Drake's gotta get in here too, man.
We gotta bring Drake. Actually, bring the whole squad. Where's Retro? Where's Seduceful?
Every
Everybody
single
in here. Add me on Skype. NJCUBANO, everybody add me on Skype. I get the whole FYC squad in here. We're about to do it
You
big.
might as well. Yeah.
We might as well do
Give me
it.
a second. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna rejoin the call, alright?
Yeah, I get it. You're slacking.
Yep.
Man, what a slacker.
What a slacker, dude.
Yeah.
My man was hyped up too.
Yeah, you gotta come prepared, man.
Gotta come prepared. I don't know what's up with that.
What's up, daughter?
What's up, Bang? What's happening?
Loving my team. Loving the show.
Yeah? Oh no, he's back. Oh no.
It's
Hold
sad
on.
because I'm old, bro, and I got this to work.
Yo, hope I get this to work, man. Not valid right now.
Yo, this guy's a slacker.
Second, Ken. It popped up for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, there's no way. It's not real life. killing the viewership. Oh, there he is.
There you go.
Hey,
Yep.
he made it. It's about time. Yeah, buddy.
Like, yo, it was connected to my my stream, right? So I just started my stream like a couple weeks ago, right? So I just still trying to get used to this this PC.
That's all right. You're a slacker. All right. So
I bet.
guys, without further ado, this is FYC. So at the bottom of your screen, you have FYC Bang Out, one of the original Gears of War players. And I want to tell you original. This guy has been around since all of you. So show some respect in here. Then we have Traumasaur, one of the best home players, like I said, no exaggeration, out in the game right now. He keeps it loud. He gets it hyped. One of the best teammates that you want around you guys at a live event. This is a guy that you don't normally find anymore in Gears of War. A lot of you guys are quiet. A lot of you guys are soft. Your trash talk is terrible. So you guys can learn a thing or two from Traumasaur. Then we have my man Bladework, a.k.a. General Manager for FYC Esports. From the man himself, Bang, he said that this is part of a big reason why FYC is what it is right now, and he's the right-hand man to Bang. So we'll start backwards. We'll go back to Bang. Bang, go ahead and introduce yourself. Give us a little bit about yourself.
FYC bang you out. I've been playing since Gears 1. I've known Cubano forever, obviously. I had a little bit of success. I'm too old to play, obviously. But there's nothing real special about me, man, besides my team, you know, and my boy Blade.
That's it?
There.
All right, so we'll go to Traumasaur. Traumasaur, now I know you've been around for a while. Obviously, I've played against you, played with you in scrims before. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Explain yourself and your personality. You are obviously one of the hypest guys that we have in the community right now, so you have to have a lot to say.
Oh, hell yeah, Gabe. You already know, baby. Nah. everybody know me as Traumasaur. My name's Jamal. I've been competing for a while since Gal 3, since the HHexes days. Me and it's always just be me and my true duo Atomic. Like it's just always been me and him every event for 4 or 5 plus years. And for as like my personality, like I'm the person that you want to have next to you because like I'm loud, I'm big, and I use that to my advantage. So like I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna look at your soul and I'm gonna tell you about yourself. So like I can't really do that at home. So like when I go to these events, like I really take passion and pride in what I do. So yeah, that's pretty much the Traumasaur you get.
Well, that pretty much sums it up. Like, I mean, it's true what you say. I mean, you stare at them, you look at them, you use your side, you use your intimidation, and it usually works. I mean, it does help. I mean, like you said, when people are at home, you can't really do much about it.
Yeah.
But lastly, we got Blade. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us what you do for FYC.
Yeah, so it's a funny story how everything came up. Like I've been around Gears of War since like Gears 3 actually, but back then, you know, you don't really know too much about like competitive gaming or even like esports. Like for myself, I didn't know too much about it back then, so I was really just like ranked warrior, right? You know, just grinding that out, just trying to get up on the leaderboards, and then you know, Gears UE came out, still playing, and then of course Gears 4. I was a player just for a little bit. I went to one event which was out in AC. And I remember you guys were out there too, right? With Raw Talent. It was with Big Mark and.
Yep,
you guys
we were there.
Yeah. Saw you guys doing work, and then it was really just an experience. Me and a couple homies, and then really like after that, my schedule with life just sort of took a different turn, and you know I had to step down with my team, and I started coaching, and then I coached for probably like a couple months, and that's really hard. I don't know. I definitely applaud anyone like Esk and like Fail Strike who actually take the time to coach, because I couldn't do it. Being a player first, you want to be part of the action, right? You don't want to just sit in scrims and like just not be part of the action. That's really the best way to say it, right? So from then on, really to end it off, we were signed up to FYC. The team I was coaching, it was Heinz, CJ, Lerpsy, and just a couple other guys. We were signed up for Mexico. That didn't end up panning out, and then we all went different ways, and I wanted to stay around the scene, but I didn't want to coach anymore, and I couldn't play, right? So reached out to Rob. We talked over Discord a couple of times, and then he said, hey, he offered me the opportunity, and it was the best thing that ever came up, right? And really, me and Rob both handle decision making with FYC, but I'm really in the field when it comes down to scouting out teams, talent, and Trauma knows, Retro, and Atomic knows as well. Like with the team we signed for Dallas, I was there. Like I came out to the event, I was their in-game coach, right? So I support FYC, I support my team, I support the guys like I sign, and that's the best way to put it. That's what a general manager's supposed to do, right? Not just on the sidelines the whole time. So
absolutely.
But I'm here for me and Rob. Don't be wrong. I'm not here for myself. I'm here for me and Rob. At the end of the day, Rob can't make the event at the end of the day, but doesn't mean I can't. And that's the best way to support my guys.
You guys, Blade's like one of the most humble people I ever met. Good guys, helped me out a lot, man. What a lot of people don't know is I did a lot of this stuff on my own. I never really, I've had help. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I never had help, but I've done, ran the Twitter, made a website, did all types of. I did everything by myself. Got sponsors, scouted teams. At least I tried my best. It's got a little rough, man. It's me by myself, and I had an opportunity after meeting Blade, man. Blade's exactly like me, man. Just obviously a lot prettier. Look at him.
That's awesome.
He's a big help, man, and he's real humble, man. And glad to have him. I'm glad to have the team. It's just. Good guy, man. He's like I said, he's helped me out a lot, and he's a big part of what's going on right now with us.
Yeah, and you're Rob. Like I said, I appreciate it and everything. With FYC, it's really just Rob has the experience, and it's like me, like just coming with like those young ideas. That's really all it is, right? Like with what I do at work, it's like you can really take what I do at work. Like I work at the bank, like take all those skills that I know, and I can just like bring it over to just like esports and like with this org, right? Just making it. That's why we ended up doing the whole rebrand, and I'm not sure if you. What you think about that, Gabe? But we got someone to do the logo. We're getting new jerseys coming out, so it's like it's a great start to the 2018, right, for FYC, especially with team wise and what we've been able to do in tournaments, right? So it's really just taking all this experience and what we've accomplished and really just translating it when we get to LAN, right? So that's really all it is.
Yeah, no, in regards to the rebrand, I actually like it a lot. I like the logo. I used to see, obviously, the old logo that Bang started with, the FYC logo, which wasn't necessarily bad, but I do like the new one. What? You don't... I
hate that logo, man. Ask anyone that's ever met me and talked to you about, man, I can't stand
the old one or
the old one? No, the new one I like. The new one.
Yeah, I was going to say, the new one is a lot better.
The new one is hard to make.
It's a lot simpler, a lot nicer. Simple is better. Obviously, the basic is better than what you guys had before. I mean, it's not the Raw Talent logo, Bang. I know you tried copying, but...
I do like the Talent one, though.
No, I'm messing with you. Now, since we had a lot of talking from the GM and the owner, Traumasaur, tell us a little bit about your perspective of FYC and what you think of Bang, a.k.a. my son.
Oh, Bang, man, he's a great guy. Like, I couldn't ask for nothing better. Like, if I message him at 2, 3 in the morning, like, he respond back to me within 10, 15 minutes. It's like he's always there if you need him, you know? Like, they're really, like, there for the players. Like, you know, sometimes you get organizations that's just strictly business. Like, they don't talk to you, really. Like, it's really dry conversation, but, like, not here. Like, this org, Bang and Ken, it applies to both of them. Like, if I need them, they're there. If I want to call their cell phone, it don't matter what time, like, they pick up, they answer. Like, it's really a family. Like, the FYC fam, like, it's just not like a hashtag. Like, I really feel like that's my dad, that's my uncle. Like, I really feel like a family. Like, I really feel that way. Like, it's real. Yeah, because Bang, you know, Bang, oh, like, that's my dad. Like, Bang, oh, like, nah, I'm messing with him. I love him. I love him. But
yeah,
nah,
I trained my dad well. Yeah. You're still pretty though. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's that long hair? Before we continue, what's with the long hair, Bang?
You know what? You want to know the truth about the hair? Bro, I got tired of paying for a haircut. Don't call me cheap, bro. I just got tired of paying for a haircut. I'm just let it go, man.
Yo, the struggle's real.
Buzz my beard down and just let it go.
Funny thing is, he's not even struggling.
I'm gonna go to an event
he could
like trauma one day.
Oh my
God, all dreaded.
That is wild. Yeah, I just saw that when you came on here. I'm like, that's not the Bang. That's not my daughter. I know that. That's not. That's not.
Waste the money.
Now, going to Las Vegas, obviously we have that coming up in a month, literally from today, or a little bit less than that, obviously. What are your guys' expectations? We'll start with Blade first. Blade, what's your expectation going into Las Vegas and being there?
You know, we always try to aim high, right? Like I said, I'm always in the field when it comes down to when we're looking for new teams, right? So I'm not looking at a team that, okay, well, this team is just going to make it past Friday, or this team is going to make it past top 30 or top 20 or whatever you guys want to say. Like, I want FYC to be that stepping stone for, you know, a lot of teams that we sign. I want them to be able to, like, make pro. We want to give them the resources to make pro, right? So, and not only make pro, like, Explosive said something on Twitter yesterday, like, you know, your goal shouldn't be just to make pro. It should be, like, you know, even farther than that, right? So my goal for these guys, like, probably like a minimum goal would be at least top 8. And that's, like I said, a minimum goal, right? Like, we have the skills, and you guys have seen, whoever's been tuning into the Gears of War, like the showcase match. I know those are just showcase matches, right? But, like, I know Drix and all the pros were saying stuff, but at the same time, like, me and Rob were, like, proud of the guys, man. You know, they showed out. That's what showcase match is supposed to be, right? Like, it's not something that you just take lightly. It's, you show your skills as a team, and you show out for the fans, right? So that's what we did. Came out with the W, and you know, even on the 2K Sunday, right? I'm sure you've seen.
Absolutely.
2-1 against Motivate, and that's a big win for us as well. You know, being like a top tier AM team as well, like, that's what you want. You don't want to, you know, you want to give the struggle to those pro teams, right? And be able to show out that we can be on that level too, right? So for the guys, like I said, a minimum goal for me is top 8 for them. There's no other way to put it, right? I want these guys to hit, like, pro, like, after this event, and be able to, you know, and we want to retain them too. We want to have FYC at that pro level, right? Because this is, like, probably the highest we've ever been, and we just there's no going down, right? It's only going up. And Rob, I'm sure, knows that too, right? So the best way to say it.
Absolutely, and I agree with that. Now, before I go to trauma, it's good that you brought up the whole showcase thing. Now, I did see, the whole drama and the whole nonsense on Twitter. I didn't watch the actual showcase. I think I was asleep or whatever it was, but I did see all the drama that came of it. Not from you guys. Obviously, you guys did your thing. You showed up. You did really, really well from what I saw. But I saw it from the other team. I don't like to use names. I don't like to bash people. But I did come out with a comment in defense to you guys. Obviously, I had to show some respect to my boys. Not only Atomic, not only Trauma. I love Retro. Seduceful and Nuke, I don't know too much about them. Obviously, Bang and yourself, I had to show up. I did say that this is a showcase event. You guys are, in regards to your players, they are representing FYC. The better they do, the better you guys look, and vice versa.
Exactly.
So, there was this whole thing that, it's a showcase. I don't know why people are trying this and that. And these are pro players that are saying that, And I was a little bit confused. And that's what I also quoted in it. I actually played in a showcase after Columbus, or I think before Columbus, we played in a showcase. And we 7-0'd a team. Actually, yeah, it was before Columbus, because we actually 7-0'd Canny's team, which was actually DeFazio, and I forgot who else. And we 7-0'd those guys. We completely trashed them. And did we take it easy because it was a showcase? Absolutely not. We went 10 times harder.
Of course not.
And you guys did that, and that's what's expected. It's a showcase. There's thousands of people watching. Literally, fight nights are usually anywhere from like 3,000 to 5,000 people watching. Your logo's on the screen. They're talking about your players. They're talking about everything in general. They're talking about the opposing team. Going into it, you guys were the underdogs playing against Rise Nation only because, there are pros on that team, and it is Rise Nation. But I don't care. Obviously it looked that much better on you guys. So I did like the fact that you guys came out, you did your thing on the showcase, and you guys kept it professional. Now to follow that up, Trauma, tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about the showcase, because you were actually in the game, and then tell us a little bit about your expectation for Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Well, the showcase match, honestly, we never, no matter who we play, we never look at the pros like, oh, they're pro. We just look at them like, we just got to smoke these guys. Simply put, and for us, yeah, it was Rise and they was pros, but to us, it was just like a regular day in the office. We just had to smoke them. It was a regular day in the office, and it just happened to be on the fight night. That's literally everybody mindset on my team. We're just playing in front of more people. We're going to take care of us, and when we play the game right, the W will come. That's literally what happened, and the results showed. And going into Vegas, for us, we have to win. It's either your first or your last. It's no 8th, 7th, 6th. If we happen to get that, then that's a pat on the back. Congratulations. But for us, it's we get first or we fail. And that's the mindset, because we want a championship. I want to hold up a trophy. I don't want to just go and say, oh, I got 8th or 7th. A lot of people go and get 8th and 7th. And our whole team mentality is we have to win. We have to win. So my expectations is to win. And if we fail, then we won't fall outside of top 8, 100%. I can promise you that.
Yep.
Well, our team mentality is we have to win. First or your last. That's it.
That's it. It's spoken like a true champion. Now, lastly, to wrap up that Las Vegas question, Bang, a.k.a. my son, what is your expectations on that?
My expectations, I just expect them to go out there and play. That's what I expect. I don't expect them to bring back anything. I want them to, of course, and I know that they can, and I know that they're gonna. But my expectations are to just go out there, play, be professional, do what you got to do, man. Don't listen to what everyone says. That whole online talk, that whole Twitter, that whole I don't try because of this and that, bro. You're getting paid. I don't care if you don't try. That's a lie. At the end of the day, I told the whole team, we have nothing to prove to anybody, nothing at all. That whole thing when people were saying, oh, well, they got to try harder and this and that. We don't have to try. Hey, there's no money on the line. No, you got more to prove than us, because at the end of the day, like I told my team, we were expected to lose. So we had nothing to prove to anybody. You could think what you want. You expected us to lose. They expected us to lose. They tried their asses off. They lost. Simple. You lost, man. No trash talk, nothing. Good game. Leave it at that. You lost, man. Give us our credit for doing what we did to you. Don't act like this didn't happen almost another time before, because when we played in that other tournament, it wasn't like they just walked through us. It was a game. It was a game. Simple, man. And so At the end of the day, I have the same mindset as Trauma. Honestly, we're going there to win, and that's it.
We're not making it easy for nobody. All you pros gonna work for it. The AMs is coming up. Like, I just want to say that. Like, our team and Aspire, we making you pros work for it. Yeah. Aspire beat Air 2 weeks ago, and then we beat Rise and M8. So you're gonna work for this. You want to beat us, you're gonna come work for it. That's how we feel, and that's our mindset. You're gonna work for it. It's not an easy W at all.
Another thing is, well, I just want to tell everybody, I don't, that whole being pro and getting paid and this and that, throw that out the door, bro. That means nothing. At the end of the day, being pro means nothing at all. Because if you go to a pro event, you're paying money to go to a pro event and play with pro players. You're pro just like them. They just have a high seed or have whatever, a placing. They won a championship. You're going there to do the same exact thing as them. So get that whole pro thing, AM thing out your heads, because every single one of you guys are pro that go to a pro event. And that's it. Simple. I don't understand why everybody got this whole pro thing and AM. Like, honestly, let's be real. The way that the tournaments and the leagues are set up, they're set up so these top teams will stay there. Pretty much they stay there. Their points are so ridiculous, like you don't really have too much of a chance. So there's a lot of pro teams, a lot of pro players that are a lot better than these teams. But they just, like, you guys got to get the ego out the door too, man. Forget that all winning every scrim. I'm going to tell you something about me and Crypto and my team in Gears 1. We lost every single scrim, every single round, every single time we played online, every single time.
Yo, I used to clown on them.
But when we went to LAN, it was a completely different thing. Okay, we didn't place pro or didn't do this and that, but we placed top 16. You guys didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you lost, but we did what we had to do. Like, when we went to LAN, it doesn't matter your whole online status or how you do online. That makes no difference at all, man. You go there and play. Just get that AM stuff out of your head, man. Like, these guys are regular. They're humans, dude. They're not machines. Anyone can beat anybody. At the end of the day, it's literally your mindset. Go there. Think about you got to think positive, dude. I'm not the most religious person, but I'm spiritual. I believe in things. I believe everything has a soul. Think of it like that, man. Don't think about this, bro. Go there. You got one thing to do. You're going there to win, and that's it. Simple. I'm sorry for ranting, but sometimes you gotta let these people know, man. It's just ridiculous, man. Grow up.
Do you believe in me, Dad?
I always believe in you. Look where you're at now. Just because I believe.
Oh, shit. Oh,
that's so adorable.
Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, big cuddly bear. Don't make me come over there.
I'm saying. I'm sorry about the cursing, but you know how I get real passionate about certain things, and I just, it sucks to see so many people get down. Dude, you guys have no idea what you're playing for. When me and Cubano played back in the day, we played for nothing, dude.
Yeah, we really played for nothing.
Went there just like, you guys get everything. We got nothing, dude. We sat on a table with a black cloth.
That was wild.
Table with some screens in front of us. We weren't even allowed to get up and yell the way you guys do. You guys are lucky. You guys are lucky. We had to play 10, 12 rounds, like winner bracket rounds in a day.
Yo, that's no joke.
You guys got to play a couple.
That is so true. Yo, that was the struggle back in the day.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Meadowlands 09.
Screen. It was a big thing to make single screens, to make your own screen. That was an accomplishment alone.
It really was.
Like, you guys, we played split screen. Stop it. Stop the crying. Play your game, man. Don't worry about everybody else. Worry about yourself and your team. That's it.
Yep.
Family first. Nothing else matters but that.
Yeah, you should have
Shout out to my sponsors, GT Omega.
Yo, this guy's a clown. This guy's a goon. He hasn't changed.
You already know, man. Hey, I'm never gonna change. I'm gonna be a big kid forever. I'm gonna be here forever, whether you like it or not. Years and years, 100 years. I might be gone, but Ken will still be here.
Ken will be here.
Yeah, Ken.
I'll be here forever, guys.
That is awesome. Yeah, you're right about that. That was funny when FYC made top 16. I was actually there. I was dying when you guys did that. I know you came over. You're like, yo, I just made top 16, Cubano. I was like, word.
Nobody expected me to do anything. Remember, man, people, like,
No, they didn't.
It was a goal to push me. Just push me first. Get Bang out the way. Knock the rest of the team down. That's one guy. And people would push me.
Yeah, I used to say that too when we used to scrim you guys. I'm like, yo, slap Bang. That shit is light work. That's an easy kill.
It's an easy kill. Easy 175.
Easy kill.
Put it all in.
Yo, he got...
Blaze's team beat us, but Blaze team learned. You can watch the video. The VOD is still on YouTube. My screen. Go watch it.
Yo, Bang turned up on him. That was the greatest.
Thanks.
Not on Blaze, but his teammate.
Oh, no, his teammate. Yeah. His teammate, not Blaze's teammate. Now, going into Las Vegas, what have you guys all been doing, preparing, or anything that you guys are doing differently? And we'll start with Ken. What have you been doing differently since you first started FYC to where you are at now?
I'm trying to think. Like, there's really nothing different that I've been trying to do. Like, it's really the same support, maybe even more for the guys as much as I can, right? Just really being there as much as I can, because with my work schedule and like just with life and stuff, like with my girlfriend and just with traveling and whatnot, right? Like it's I get on Xbox like pretty late, like around like 12. I could probably get on around 8, but I end up getting on around 12, and all the guys are done scrimming, right? But if I could, and I did get home early enough, and I wasn't busy, I'd definitely sit down the scrims for sure and be able to coach them as much as I can, right? But personally myself, I know I'm just doing the most I can at the moment. But definitely, if you let Trauma know, he'll tell you what the team's doing for sure. That's probably the best. If you want to get a better answer, definitely ask Trauma for sure.
Of course, Trauma. What have you guys been doing? What have you been doing weekly? Tell us a little bit about your schedule and what you guys have been doing to prepare for the event in regards to anything. Could be in game, outside of the game, anything. Give us a little bit of background of the FYC team.
All right, so the FYC Gears team, basically for our preparation, we try to scrum 5 days a week, 7, 9, and 11, and we try to get the best practice. Like it's not like an ego thing or anything like that. But going into Vegas, like I can't say like we get good practice, and we also like to record. So like we like to go and watch VOD, whether we win a map or lose a map, because there is no winning or losing in scrimming. Like you just learn. So if we win or lose, like we just go back, watch VOD, and we tell each other like, hey, like this what went wrong, this what I seen. The team could do this better. The team should not do this, or we should do this more. So it's kind of like that for the most part. Just most practice, quality practice, not quantity. That's another thing people like to mistake. They think if I scrum 100 times this week, I'm going to be better. It's about who you scrum. So just remember that. Or at least for us, that's what we do. Make sure we get the best practice.
Yeah, it's all about quality. I'm glad you said that. A lot of people don't understand that. You guys can scrim as much as you want. If you're not getting the quality practice, it doesn't necessarily mean much.
Not matter, right?
I mean, ask Bang. I mean, he played a lot, but it wasn't much quality into it. But that's life. Yo, he didn't even catch that.
I heard him. I just let him be, man. It's my daughter. He's angry. I haven't been there. Sorry. I've been working. I've been working and sent the teams to events and stuff. Sorry I wasn't there.
Yo, you weren't there. I met you when I was 15, and I don't remember the last time I saw you in person. I don't know. Oh, Atlantic City, but you know what? I was trying to be funny. I saw you at Atlantic City, and you still looked pretty small. I mean, you haven't changed. I mean, I ran your pockets, but we'll not talk about that right now. I was like, run your pockets, Dad. But
empty.
Yeah, all right. Now, after Vegas, I know we have probably a couple of more events to come up. But What would be your guys' dream location? And we'll start with Bang. What would you want to see the next event at?
Man, honestly, I'm from New York, and I would love New York, but I would love to then bring it back to Meadowlands. Let's go. Bring it back to where it all started. Start from the beginning.
Yo, seriously.
Bring it back to where all the energy was. Where energy now is crazy, but before when you used to have almost 200 teams showing up.
Seriously. That's a good one.
Crazy.
That's a good one.
I would honestly go back to where it started. It's been here so long. Bring it back to its roots, man. Bring it back to Meadowlands.
Trauma.
Oh, That's a tough one. I want to go somewhere I've never been, so I want to say somewhere south. I want to say Florida. I want to go to Orlando. Never been there. I
You've
want to
never
go
been
there.
to Orlando?
What?
Never been to Orlando, so I want to go there.
God.
I think that would be. I think because the Gears community has so much personality, right? In Orlando, like the weather, just so much activities to do. I think that would be so amazing for the Gal community, for the festivities.
For the festivities.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that'll be a good thing for Orlando.
He doesn't care about the gameplay. He just wants the. He just wants the.
I just want the vacation. I just want the festivities.
Ken, what about you?
Yeah, not too many people know where I travel from, but I travel from Canada. So anyone who actually knows me knows I come from like Toronto. So personally myself, I would love to have it in Canada, and that's probably that'll probably be huge because I know whenever there's a Call of Duty event, there was one here a couple weeks back. I know Luminosity and a couple of those other teams are down here. They had a blast, right? Whether it's in Toronto or Montreal or out in Vancouver where Coalition is, I think Canada's probably it's got to be one of these events for sure. But we won't know until it comes, right? But I can only hope because it'd just be a different experience for everybody, right?
Absolutely. Right. I think Canada's a good choice.
Canada too. Didn't Cream win it back in the day? It was a small event.
Yeah, it was
Toronto. Toronto.
It was a small one.
No, not Toronto. Not Toronto.
A smaller one?
Didn't have another event once before that though, and it was a small event. It was like a Canadian event. But
probably.
Each team won.
Oh wait, I think it was Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls.
Yeah,
Niagara Falls. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another event place too, right? There's so many places in Canada that I'm just surprised that they haven't even put it in Vancouver. Coalition Studios are right. They had the pros go out there, right? But I didn't even know why they haven't put one in Canada. But you never know, right? We really won't know until it comes up.
Yeah, you really don't know. Yeah. And you would remember that bang being old as hell. I was probably 12. I was probably 12 years old.
I've been playing Gears since the first event, man. So
probably good that you haven't.
I've got to a lot of events. I've even gotten a lot of events just to support. Even when I wasn't playing, it's fun to go, man. It's fun to go see people. Fun to see my daughter constantly on main stage doing work.
Yo, you were watching in the heyday. Gears 1, Gears 2, that's when I was literally clapping everybody. That was entertaining to watch.
You were a camper in Gears 2, I hate to say.
Yo, he said a camper.
At
no.
Event, you used that rule. You used the rule.
The 7-round rule?
He's one of them. Oh no, Gabe, get out of here.
No. First of all, so let me actually that is a good topic.
Yes, you did.
A really good topic. No,
he's
you're
exposing.
Right. No. He's actually that's a really good topic because I don't think I ever even talked about that live or anything for anybody to hear.
Did. Why bring it up? You did it.
Never. No, it's not even that. That's actually so since you guys are here, you guys will be the first to hear, especially everybody in here. So the whole 7-round rule, I think, right? Or 9-round rule? 7-round. It was 7-round.
It was 7, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 7-round rule. So, funny thing, we had to play, what was their team name? Frag Dominant, okay? That was Cream, Scar, Yuli, and I think Killer Crank at the time. And we had to play them, I think, for top 12 or top 8, some shit I don't remember what it was. It was a huge match, though. And we had to play them, I think it was 1 in the morning. And we were all pissed, especially Cream's team. They were exhausted. They were dead tired. And they were pissed off. So I think we win the first map. And they win. Actually, no, I think we're pretty sure we 2-0'd them. But when it came to the second map, I think it was Relic. I don't remember what. Ruins. So I think we ended up going, it was first to 5 or first to 4 rounds. I think we went up 3-2 or 3-1. We ended up camping the whole time before we got that 4th round win. We literally camped. We ran in, grabbed the power weapons, camped back. And, Cream was getting pissed off because this is bullshit. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. And we were just trying to secure the win. That's all we wanted. We just wanted to secure the win. We just wanted to go forward. And eventually, I think they won a round or something. I think we ended up finishing 4-2 or 4-3, something like that. Really close. We ended up beating them. You should have heard Cream screaming and complaining about it. They're campers. They do this. They do that. Even though, meanwhile, and nobody ever talked about this, we steamrolled them on Blood Drive. 4-0. Steamrolled them.
Jeez.
1, 2, 3, 4. Back to back to back. But we get the whole thing about ruins because we camped back. I agree with that. We did camp back. But you know what? We got the W and we placed.
Exactly. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
And if my team at the time was good enough. We would have did the same thing. We just didn't get
That's
the
it.
opportunity to get up there.
That's it. And the funny part was, after that match, that's when the 7-round rule was initiated, and that's where he go and said, that's because of raw talent, because they did this, this, and this, and this, and this. Guess what? We ended up playing him again, I think, the event after that, and smoked him again 2-0. So if he's listening, he could hold this real quick. But yeah, that 7-round rule is for us. Yeah. Hey, we went down in history, so whatever. At least we could say something good about it. But
right.
Yeah. Now, to go ahead and close it out, is there any remarks, anything else that each one of you want to say, Ken, before I close it out? Is there anything you had to say? Could be anything. Could be a question for anybody. Anything.
There's really nothing. I guess I was speaking with Immortal Spawn.
Yes.
He hopped into my stream a couple of days ago. He said he was hopping to Vegas. Are you coming to Vegas too?
Oh, you're asking me. I'm not too sure yet. I'm not too sure yet because that's actually PAX East, so I don't necessarily think I'll be making it to Las Vegas. PAX East is kind of big, especially for my show, business-wise, so I don't think I'll be in Vegas for that reason.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm not sure if the guys had anything else to say, but really just we're going to keep getting the work in. We got, what day is it today? Let me check here. This is the 8th, so it's like, what?
A month?
Literally 4 weeks from now.
Yeah, it's April 5th to the 8th.
A month, you're right?
Yep.
We got 4 months, 4 weeks till the event, so we just got to keep grinding it out, get these 2Ks in, just keep working. Like I said, you saw what we hit on in the 2K last Sunday, and I know it's just a 2K and it's just online, but it's still progress for the team. And we just got to keep pushing up. That's only, like I told you guys in the beginning of this, is only up. That we can't go down anymore, right? Unless
absolutely
we make ourselves go down, right? So we just got to keep pushing. That's really it.
Drama.
Just shout out to my teammates, Seduceful, Nucleate, Atomic, Retro Shot. Like, guys really put in work. Like, they work their ass off day in, day out. So shout out to those guys. Love you.
Larry.
Yeah. Shout out to our number 1 supporter, Momo in the chat. She always supports us, so shout out to her too.
For real. Shout out to her, man. She's always asking us for gear and wanted to support FYC even before the whole rebrand, and it's always been it's always nice to see, right? Like especially now since with the rebrand, like the type of support we've been getting. Like that's what we aim to do, right? We want FYC to be back like a household name, and like it's like even get better than that. Something that's like we always try to aim high, right? Like Optic level, like EchoFox, like something that people like, oh yeah, FYC, okay, like I know that team. It's like, oh, it's Trauma's team, or it's like whether Trauma stays with us in the future or not, whatever team, it's like, oh yeah, I know that team. Like I don't want people to be like, okay, well, it's funny actually in the showcase match they had the polls, right, and the polls was it's like who's gonna win the match, like Rise or FYC. I swear to you, it was like 5%. FYC. I'm not joking around.
That's even better. I love that.
I love that, bro. You think? Yeah, trust me.
I feed off of that. I feed off of that.
Trust me.
I like that. I like that.
It was like maybe like 10% at most, but I swear to you, Gabe and the rest of the guys here, like it was like 10% at most. And I was like, wow, like nobody like in this chat. I know like most of the viewers are there, like they're like people that haven't been in Gears for quite some time, but it's 10%, but like we feed off of that, right? And getting that win was even more, it made us feel even better, right? And from then on, like the hype started from that game, from that match, right? So.
Yes. Now, finally, last but not least, my son, Bang.
I mean, all I gotta say honestly is, man, everybody just stay humble, man. Don't get caught up in the hype. It's too much hype and everybody riding everybody. Do your own thing, man. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing, man. Just stay humble and be loyal. Stop with the egos. It doesn't matter. It's a video game at the end of the day. Yeah, everybody's looking at it as a career. Yes, gaming, you can make gaming a career, but like don't just focus on this title. Don't focus on the title, man. Focus on what your real goals are. It's like coming back with that trophy, man, and with some money. You want that money, man. Let's be real. Stop focusing on the titles, man. The titles mean nothing. At the end of the day, the way I feel, honestly, is, and this is why we always pick up AM teams, we've had a lot of opportunities to pick up pro teams. We choose not to.
Fact.
reason we choose not to is because we feel AM players have a lot more heart. We have a lot more to play for. And that's it, man. Like, just like I said, man, just be humble.
Yeah.
Thing. About the AM teams, you AM players are a lot better than these pros, man. A lot better. That's why they don't give you the opportunity to practice against them. They don't want to be ashamed. They don't want you to do what we've been doing, FYC and what Aspire's been doing. They don't want to see. They don't want people to see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And shout out to GT Omega, Shane Labs.
Yep.
I'm essential. And thank you, Sinful, for the shirt.
Thank you, Gabe. I appreciate you having me on here.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Exactly. Thank you.
Of course, gentlemen. Anytime.
Honestly, yeah. And really, honestly, the last thing really to cap it off on what Rob said, right, with the whole AM thing, right? I'm not going to, give out names, but don't get me wrong, when I post, when I'm looking for talent, right, people, pros hit me up, I'm pros, before, a couple months ago, teams are going to hit me up and said, we're looking for funding and whatnot, but, the way that me and Rob look at it is, we rather, come up with a team that's, like I said, on the come up than a team that's ready, that's really already established, right? Because that come up team, you'll be known off of that, right? With teams that are already, they're already pro, it's just, they're just going for whatever, I guess in a way, quote unquote, going for whatever is the best opportunity, right? So if Optic wanted to pick them up, I'm sure they would leave us for Optic, you know what I'm saying? But I'd rather be the stepping stone for an AM team like Trauma's team to be able to make it, and then whether or not he stays with us then, I just know that we were the ones that helped this guy out to get to that event. We were the ones who funded this guy to get to that event. And of course we'd want to keep him if they do end up making pro, but that's really the main thing. AMs are what we always look for. And, AMs with experience, I should say, right? I never ego anybody. So anyone who's watching this, if you guys have, hit me up on the chat, I always taking the time to watch your scrims. That's what I mean. I was a player too, even as short as it was, and I know how it is trying to find an org and whatnot. So I'd never ego anybody, right? I always, watch their scrims and see, break it down to the top 3, and then me and Rob will just make a decision on that, right? So it's really how it is, right? So it's just there's no other way to put it. It's just want to say thanks for having us on here, and just the big things coming up from us. Hopefully we can see future events. I'll always be there with the guys. So.
Have us back on here after we're pro.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, absolutely. That's a fact.
When that time comes, I'm not going to say if. When that time comes, then we'll be back on here and we can talk about how on this date, what is it, the 8th of March, we're coming for it, right? So
it's ours.
See 2 of the top AM teams place pro.
Yep.
4 weeks. It's ours.
Players, bye.
I like to see that.
Bye.
Yeah.
Out with the old and with the new.
Which way to go after you lose.
Out with the old and with the new. Remember that. 4 weeks.
I want to see my daughter on here again. I mean, I would love to see you two guys on here, but I want to see my daughter on here.
Make it come out and start quoting. Brad might get technicals.
Yeah, you will get technicals.
I did already.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Senior.
Oh my god.
And I'll keep saying this last thing, but Tody, shout out to you, man. Thanks for showing up to the Rise thing. I see you in the chat. That's crazy. I get no shout.
Brandon.
He's thirsting for a shout out, but shout out to Tody. He showed up. For anybody who's wondering what happened with that, he just life situation happened. I don't want to really talk about it too much, but something came up with him, and we would love to have him, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. So it is what it is. We definitely wish him the best, and it's if he's part of the FYC fam, so you already know it's not that doesn't change. We never break off anything with anybody. It's just always keep it professional as much as we can with not as much everything. We always try to keep it professional, right? So the best way to put it. Yeah.
Hashtag better with Tody. Imagine.
Yeah, imagine.
All right, well, gentlemen, I think that's it for the night. Again, thank you all 3 for being here. I look forward to having you on here once again after Las Vegas, once you guys place that top 8. I know I have faith in you. I know Bang. I know Ken, you guys are doing everything that you guys can do in your power to get your team there and to get them to the level that they need to be going into the event. But thank you guys for being here, and I will do you guys farewell.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Gabe.
Anytime.
Shout out to AC Squid. Shout out to AC Squid. Shout out. Shout out to everybody that didn't get to shout out, man. Peace.
All right.
Later, guys.
Later.
All right, guys. So that was FYC Esports. As you could tell, they're a funny crowd. Absolutely love them. That's personality for you guys. It always makes for a more entertaining show. So I'm happy to have them on here. And lastly, because that took up a lot of the time in a good way, that was definitely a good thing for everybody. Lastly, on the topic board, we have Optic Halo is no longer ? Now, Optic Halo is now gone. They have left the game. For everybody that doesn't know or hasn't been updated, go ahead and check that chat link that I put in there. Optic Halo has been let go. So they said after a period of analysis and internal discussion, Optic Gaming has come to a difficult decision, and we are exiting competitive Halo. As the esports industry's landscape is rapidly changing, so must we constantly evaluate our business strategies against it. We are, of course, justifiably proud of our players' accomplishment, whether it be gold at the 2017 Halo World Championships and DreamHack Denver, or the weekly North American 2K Series Cups, and the unprecedented tenure they collectively boast as a team. But as our agenda evolves, we find that our paths must now diverge. Our nearly half a decade long journey through the Halo esports scene was an electrifying experience, and we are humbly grateful for the fans that have supported us along the way. Going forward, we will build upon the foundation set by our experiences, following the blueprint that distinguishes us as a leading esports organization, and one you continue to be proud to represent. Thank you from the Green Wall themselves. So, that's it, guys. Optic Gaming is finally out of Halo. Halo is a dying game. Can't say too much about Halo. They do need a new game to come out. Does that mean that Optic Gaming will come back? Probably not. I think that's all she wrote for Optic in regards to Halo. We do still have them in Gears of War, and we still have them as a powerhouse in Call of Duty. So at least we have them for those two games in regards to console gaming. Obviously, we have them in PC. They're all over the world. And Optic Gaming happens to be one of the top teams in general, or team organizations. Now, I think it was a business strategy when what happened with the whole releasing of the squad. I think the new majority partner that came in, which is a business, came in and let go of the team. Granted, that's unfortunate. I don't think the actual staff wanted them to go. But business is business. And like they said in the article, after a lot of evaluation, after number crunching, they see that the team probably isn't worth keeping around, or probably not worth paying them as much as they probably did. Even though they were a very successful team, it's just not necessary at this point because of the stage that Halo is in. And like I said, business is business. I approve of the decision. Unfortunately, we do farewell to the Halo Optic squad. I'm sure you guys will find another organization that'll be willing to pick you guys up. But that is it for tonight. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out. We have a lot of familiar faces in the chat tonight, and I thank everybody for being here. I want to thank, let's go through the list. I want to thank Atomic for being in here. I know he didn't say much, but he was watching. I want to thank Bang, one of my guests in here. I want to thank Ken Bladework, the GM of FYC Esports. I want to thank Trauma. Trauma's going to do big things at this upcoming event. I want to thank HHexes, one of the top players that we spoke to here tonight. I want to thank Katrina for being in the chat, always doing her thing here. I want to thank Momo for being in here, always showing support to her squad, the FYC boys. I want to thank Seduceful for being here in here for his team, Toady for being in here for his team. We got to give a shout out to Squid. I want to give a shout out to everybody that showed up, Mike, Sean, Raph, all my coworkers and my friends that show up each and every week. You guys make a big part of the show. And again, without you guys, I wouldn't be anything. And I want to thank everybody here currently still watching and that'll be watching here on YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. And I really appreciate the support that I get from you guys each and every week. But without further ado, I want to thank you guys once again, lastly, and have a good night. Stay safe. And in the words of Talladega Nights, or quoting from Talladega Nights, if you ain't first, you're last.